I think I was catfished by a dead man, so this all started when I was desperate. I had no place to stay, no job, and honestly, no idea how I was going to make it another week. Like most people do, I started searching online. Anything, any lead. That's when I stumbled across this guy named Gary Polano. He seemed like my lifeline. He messaged me saying he had a spare room to rent and even a job that could pay me right away. You can imagine the relief. I thought I had finally caught a break. But here's where it gets strange. Out of curiosity, I looked him up, and what I found online stopped me cold. Video after video. His wife talking about how Gary was a deadbeat dad. She said he had abandoned his family about a year ago. His parents, friends, everyone seemed disappointed with him. At first, I brushed it off. Him being a bad husband or dad had nothing to do with me. I just needed that room and that job. So I followed his instructions. He told me to show up at this factory for work. When I got there, though, the people looked at me like I was crazy. They said Gary hadn't worked there in a year, exactly the same time his wife said he walked out. Now I was frustrated, annoyed, but mostly desperate. I messaged Gary again, telling him what happened. And you know what? He apologized. Said there must have been some confusion. He gave me an address, told me to meet him at a house. I show up, heart pounding, hoping this time it's legit. The door opens, and it's not Gary, it's his wife. I nervously explained that Gary has been helping me, offering me a room and a job. I even pull out my phone, scrolling through the messages to prove I'm not making this up. Her face changes, shock, confusion, but not anger. Not what I expected at all. Then it got worse. I mentioned a few details, like the factory, some of the things Gary told me about his life. And that's when she interrupts me, calmly, almost too calmly. She says, Gary died a year ago. He had a bad reaction to something he ate. I froze. My brain refused to process her words. I literally said, but I've been talking to him. He's been messaging me. She looked me dead in the eye and said, then you've been catfished by a dead man. I didn't know what to say. My chest felt hollow. My skin prickled. It wasn't like a normal catfish, right? I mean, Gary wasn't pretending to be someone else. He was telling me his real story, but he wasn't supposed to exist. I left that house shaken, confused, half expecting my phone to buzz again. And guess what? It did. Gary messaged me again later, asking if I still wanted the room and the job. And that's when I made my choice. I ignored it because no matter how desperate I was, surviving in the streets sounded safer than moving in with a ghost.